Why are you crying?
It's such a nice song.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to part 2 of the Nidarosdomen concert, sung by Aurora.
Aurora.
We are big fans of Aurora, as you may know. If you're returning, we have a bunch of reactions on each of our channels. This is Dr. Disney.
Hi, I'm Peter, but on Disney. On YouTube, I go by Dr. Disney, and this is
DayleSong. And we are fans of music and music theater. Peter is a real doctor.
and a real Disney fan, and I do reactions that give you the medical and the art spin, and also as a musical theater performer, Dale is my vocal and musical theater coach, and he does a lot of the like on his channel, and we both came to Aurora and have been reacting to her for the past year.
Yeah, ever since Exist for Love came out last year. So you'll find that on the channel and a few others.
You'll find a full playlist, actually, of all of our Aurora reaction. We've been doing this Aurora thing for a while, and thank you all so much for welcoming us to the community. We did part 1 already on my channel. We're doing part 2 on Dale's. So please continue to recommend things down below in the discussions. We love hearing from you all. This is such an intelligent, sweet, open community, and it's really nice.
Thank you all for joining with us and just being so communicative and writing in. If we haven't written in exactly back yet, we will get to.
And we are reading them.
We are reading them at least and responding as we can. We also wanted to highlight these t-shirts that we got. These are Aurora merchandise that were given to us by a diehard fan. And
a diehard fan of our channels and of Aurora.
And of Aurora, and somebody from Aurora. From Norway, excuse me.
From Aurora?
Yes, well.
The whole country is renamed.
Yes. Aurora. Norway is now called Aurora. And we have other merchandise as well. This is an example. I made up a little logo. As I say at the end of my videos, keep music in your heart. On the back, that's exactly what it says.
It's really cute. It's music clefts with the staff inside of a heart.
And there are t-shirts, there's a fanny pack, there's some tote bags.
Socks.
Socks, indeed, and mugs. And Dr. Disney here has...
I have this classic phrase I say on my channel, which is when things go awry, which is more frequent than you'd think. I have this sort of, hello kind of question mark, and the way that you know that it's mine is on the back. It has this really nice rainbow Dr. Disney, and I also have shirts and pillows and a bunch of stuff on the channel, just cute little things.
Also, you have a t-shirt that says don't hate, create.
Don't hate, create. Yeah, that's kind of my slogan when I first started the channel 3 years ago. Also, if you would like to continue the conversation with us outside of YouTube, a lot of people have requested, and we kind of did it as a birthday gift for our channels being alive and with our community for a year since the pandemic started. We started a Discord. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's an app, it's a messaging app. It's kind of a really big messaging chat. We have been just having a wonderful time getting to chat with our community there. And if you'd like to join us on Discord, it's down below in the description. And everyone is so sweet. It's such a wholesome community. It's kind of instant access between us and you all. Are you ready to get started?
I am so excited to see the rest of this concert. I love the first part.
I love the first part, and right before we paused part 1, the song that came up was Runaway, and this is the song that's blowing up on TikTok, and Aurora is getting the fame that she deserves.
Yeah, she's on the charts in the UK. 2.5
million downloads a day. Or streams a day on Spotify.
A day.
What an interesting note to start the song on.
It's the neighboring note. It's the note above the key. So it has a suspension feeling.
Oh, her voice is so nice.
It's pure.
Nice energy.
I've heard this song before. I think she sang it in the Hay concert too. I'm pretty sure. Hearing it here in this context where everything's been so ethereal and you have the echoes of the cathedral and everything, it gives it space more than I've heard before. And occurred to me is how very sophisticated this song is. I wonder what the evolution has been, because I can't imagine that it came out exactly like this when she was 11 years old, unless, she's
a prodigy.
She is a prodigy, but this had to have been developed as it went, of course, with the accompaniments and working it out and the bridge and the chorus. But there's such a sophisticated, even just in the lyrics, that allowed the music to come through it. There's such a sophisticated change of mood. I can't take it anymore. Everything leads up to that kind of very, very deep moment.
In this song, we talk about evolution. It's an interesting point because in thinking about this, I thought the bridge was going to be more primal. I feel the Hike concert had a lot more, that we said that she dances kind of like tribal. I thought the bridge here was going to go, but this was softer and more ethereal. And I comment on is it a synthesizer?
Yeah.
That I don't remember from the Hike concert. So I feel there were certain instruments picked depending on the space. One specific instrument I wanted to comment on while we were watching, but I wanted to wait until now, is the sort of droplet sound of the drum. She has a drum, boom, boom, especially in the beginning, boom, and it goes boom, boom.
It almost sounds like a timpani, but I didn't see any timpanis. But unless this is all being done with the synthesizer. She had synthesizers in the High concert, but
I didn't hear it as clearly.
Here she has more orchestra helping out, so it's much more classically accompanied. That drum, that kind of primal beat, boom, boom. That almost sounds like the way you're doing it. I don't remember.
It's more like kind of like that.
Yeah.
The other thing about this song, I know it might seem like we're talking a lot about this song, but this is her song, and we're also half an hour into this, even though we're just brand new on this video of it. This is part 2 of it. And the reason I made that comment while watching is because I made the comment in the previous reaction that she starts off some of these words I'm noticing with and I heard it here, and I nudged you. I don't know if you heard the comment. She goes, and I was running for I
wonder if it's something she's learned technically, or whether it's just her
performing,
or whether she's just vocalizing to kind of let the sound rev up. I don't know. I have to listen for it. This time, I wanted to say a couple songs ago too, is her accent in English is so charming, and it really just gives you a unique sound from her. The accent contributes to that sound that is all her own. It's not just her voice that is her own, which it is. And I mentioned that kind of bright vowel that she sings with, and which I like, because it's not trying to any kind of pretense to it. This is her voice.
Next. How is she not sweating? How is she not?
It's probably cold. This is a big cathedral, Gothic cathedral in Norway in the winter.
In the winter. I'm sorry. This is a funny comment. It's just, I forgot which reaction we were doing to Aurora, but we said she could say anything, and we'd be like, what does that mean? And just here we go, there's ice in my water, and already I'm like, what does that mean? There's ice in my water. Oh, yes.
Ice in my
what does
water.
That mean? What does that mean? Oh, wow, tell me more.
So deep and meaningful. Like she said before, I'm sweaty.
Yeah, I woke up this morning in a wool sweater and wool socks, and I was sweaty.
Next song. It's all electronic. What? Electronic percussion.
Mm. The editing is working with them too. Those triple shots. Oh, those effects. This is the first song she has her eyes closed for.
Mm.
Oh, there we go. Oh. I wanted it, I'm sorry. This was a song that she kept her eyes closed for a lot of it, which is different. And the comment we had made during the hike concert, which was that her song seemed to be titled something other than the most commonly repeated phrase, is not true here. But the fun thing about this song is it's called Soft Universe, but the last part where she keeps on repeating it, she starts with the word universe. Universe! Soft universe! You don't know if she's saying universe soft or soft universe. It's fun. It's like a puzzle in that way.
And to me, I was listening, this seems to be one of the more commercial sounds. So this could be played in a dance club, you know, and it's just one of Aurora's dance hits. And of course, she's a dancer, although she didn't really dance a lot during this one, but the beat, the repeated beat, and there's musical rhyming in it, not just lyrical rhyming, but when, especially toward the beginning part, there's a section where da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, it would keep on going back to this higher note in a rhythmic way, and that's kind of like a musical rhyme. The vowels were the same, not the words didn't exactly rhyme during that section, but if you go back and listen, it's sort of that repetition, your ear just hears it as this pattern. And then she has a section after that where it's lower in her voice, and she does have words that repeat and repeat and repeat, typical of something you would just dance to and not try to analyze.
Yeah. But the lyrics, I guess that was we like kind of did detective work and deduced that she does that to us, where the words could be very heavy and give you an upbeat song that you're conflicted internally while listening. You're like, I want to be sad because of the lyrics, but I also want to be dancing because of the song, so I don't know what to do now, but I will definitely think about this later. I'm impressed that she's just going. Also, props to the everyone who's with her and the lighting. Sounds like a worship song.
Hmm.
Through the skin of a child.
Ma.
With a childlike soul, with a childlike soul. Don't you, please don't leave me here.
Why are you crying? It's such a nice song. I love children so much. All these songs about kids are just... they're made for the pediatrician in me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just that last line, it's so scary. I don't know if she said don't chew, like don't chew, or don't shoot.
Oh, I don't think it was shoot. I don't
Okay.
think. No, I had the line that, if I can recall it, that struck me was about I'd rather be alive with the soul of a child. I think that's something like the lyric.
And that was the hopeful line that came off of the line, came after the line that made me tear up, which was, let someone in. When someone touches your skin, that's when you have to let them in before they go. And I was like, just imagine all these people, not just then, but even now, who are missing someone. Like, life is not easy. Everyone is battling something. Everyone is fighting their own battles. And we have to make life easier for each other. I don't understand why so many people excuse such heinous things in this world and just say, oh, it's just the way it's always been, or things I've seen in the hospital, and people just tell me, oh, Peter, you're an idealist. Peter, life will never be that good. And I just say, well, I'd rather we all work toward the ideal. If everyone worked toward the 100% of living, then when we miss the mark, we'd land at 80%, and that's still good. But there are too many people who are living life at the practical, which is the 80%, and we're gonna miss it because we're human. And when we miss it, we land at 60, and that's where we're having so many problems. No one's fighting for a better life. No one's fighting for children and caring about the future. There's so much greed and selfishness.
And I think this song can also the child in the adult too. You know, the child that lives within us. It's such a quiet song. It's very introspective, and it's almost like a hymn. You know, it's like you said it's a worship song, very, very religious in its own way, especially in this context.
Was this the first time we've heard this song?
Yes, for me. I thought maybe by the title it was similar to
me
something
too.
else.
I thought by the title, I was like, oh, we've heard this one. But then
unless it's rearranged or
it's
something.
an acoustic, slower version.
I don't know. But I don't remember words like this.
If the last line were "don't shoot," I don't know, but I'm just gonna make this comment because it's real here in America.
Yeah.
Growing up, I had to practice fire drills, and you know everyone practices those. But then we also had like bomb threat drills. Students, unfortunately, in this generation have like school shooter drills, and that is so.
heinous.
It's heinous that
And things
it's
have
that
happened.
common.
Things have happened elsewhere too. I remember
Sure.
there was an attack in Norway a number of years ago. A few attacks in London, England, and France. I mean,
It's
why?
terrifying.
Just why? Songs like this. She opened the whole concert talking about how she's addressing the sadness
Yeah.
at this time of year. This is a Christmastime concert. And so she's using these songs to address the people that are also sad during this time. And, you know, I think back to my own mother. Didn't like sad music. You know, she wanted happy music all the time. She
Me.
didn't- Yeah, well, what comes to mind is how, though, listening to this, getting into this, having this wash over you, whether you understand all the lyrics or not, is healing.
Cathartic.
It's
for sure.
cathartic. She is emoting for us who maybe aren't even able to access some of those emotions.
Or to verbalize it.
Yeah.
It's an emotional vocabulary for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
You hear the actual lyrical vocabulary, and it accesses an emotional place in you.
Yeah, excellent. And I also think back to the High concert where there were a lot of interviews with people in the audience, and they all said, you know, Aurora saved my life, and you know, because of her music and this kind of thing. It's healing. So people take to it.
It harkens back to the song that said, "No one knows, but I'm lucky to be alive." It's really powerful stuff. And going back to the Christmas thing, in my head, it's, people who lost parents or people who lost grandparents and they're no longer there. This song, if you think about it through the eyes of a child, like a parent who lost a child at Christmas, I can't.
No.
That's just so sad. I mean, it's a reality for a lot of people, I'm sure. And it's life, again, life is so hard. And we have to really work and step up our game as a human race, as a people, because we are falling so short. I love her dress, and she's playing with it.
I know. Well, did you notice how she became a child?
Mm-hmm.
In her eyes?
Yeah. She's evocative. Oh, I know this song. The Seed?
Oh, that plunk? That's a double bass.
Oh, It Happened Quiet.
We love this one.
Eyes blue and hollow as it rains against their wind. Feathers falling out of a pillow as if time is standing still. I can't remember much more, but I know it happened quiet, so quiet. Words falling out through the window. All that remains is a silent call. Is the earth colored red as I land like a flower on the meadow?
Good mix up there.
Love is wide, and you fell apart like a stone can be broken into sand. Oh, 1,000
really nice performance of that song. Of course, we heard that during the hike concert. But here again, she's letting the acoustics of the room and the classical instruments, a little expanded orchestra, feed into how the song gets performed. So that's interesting to hear how it changes from performance to performance and how it's built up, how it's arranged.
Sure. The thing about this song, as I was listening to it, I was remembering what people were commenting. This seems to be one of the more controversial songs in terms of what the meaning of it is. In our last reaction to it, people were saying different things, and I think the comment I saw most frequently is it's a sexual abuse survivor story, and the red in the bed is supposed to be imagery. I forget of what exactly, but that was what I remembered most. But people had completely different thoughts. No, this is a hopeful song as well, nothing to do with that. So I wonder if she ever comments on her songs and says, no, this is what it is, or if she sort of poetic writes it in her feeling and then lets people take it as they
I don't
feel.
know. We were told that there is a documentary about her life and her music and everything, and we need to watch that. Without knowing that, and without knowing what she does say in interviews, because we've heard her speak about her music very infrequently, I would say I would venture to say that she probably allows the viewer, the listener, the audience to fill in their own story and let the art just speak for itself.
I would think the same, yeah.
However, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe certain songs do have a very specific meaning that she would like to impart.
Sure. Also, another comment that I noticed here is the song says, and I know it happened quiet, so quiet. And we're here, and then he hears, ah! The next note is a piercingly high, or relatively higher note, and it kind of shocks and throttles a bit. I really hope we get the seed. Murder Song 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We've heard this too.
You've heard this?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The lighting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He holds the gun against my head. I close my eyes and by
It's true. Every single time you can stop on her, she has an expression that's just so engaging.
Two things. I think this is the most vocally challenging song that she has. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is, I think, the highest she's sung in chest voice. Those notes that she was hitting. Maybe she was just more engaged in them than some of the softer high notes that she hits, but they sounded like they were full chest, especially when she said, "And he cries." And then the second, this is still part of the same comment, the way that she communicates through her singing and through the lyrics is that vocal painting that we talked about, where she would say, "And he," the second time she said cries, "and he cries." And you heard a bit of a crack in her voice. Not a crack, she can't sustain it, that she was allowing the tear or the...
Word painting. Word painting is the term. Yeah, and she was illustrating that emotionally, you know, that the word cry.
And the second thing is, I think this is my first time hearing this song. I wonder what it means. Because the line that's tripping me up is, she said, "And he thought he didn't mean to do no harm." He didn't mean to do no harm. So that means he meant to do harm. I wonder if it's supposed to be a double negative, that he meant to do harm, or he meant to do no harm, just the singular negative, because it is a double negative meaning. And that tripped me up. I thought he was doing it out of mercy, which is what the whole song is. And then the bridge comes in, "He didn't mean to do no harm." And I was like, wait. And double negatives always trip me up just as a personal thing. So I was sitting here counting. I'm like, he didn't is one negative. Mean to do no harm, that's a second. So those cancel out. So he did mean to do harm. And I thought, wait.
Anything is possible.
What is the song saying?
I took it as a quote. I couldn't tell you what the song is about. Except murder and a mercy killing, it sounds like. A mercy killing.
Because I was wondering, is it the person doing the mercy killing, and that's their perspective? And then I thought she was going to come back with, "But you have no right to do that to me." You know, people who overstep their boundaries, you know, "Oh, but that's what my intention was." You know, intention versus impact. He didn't mean to do no harm is the realization that he did harm. His impact was he did harm, but his intention was he did out of mercy, which is what the verse told us versus the chorus. I don't know. That line is really tripping me up because it kept on coming back, and there was no real closure to this song.
Well,
the gun is gone.
The closure,
and here I go.
The closure is she dies.
But she said she died in the second line.
Oh, I know.
Bang, and I'm gone.
Yeah. But it's kind of like a ballet, you know, to the way she expired with her hands like that reminded me of Swan Lake, the Tchaikovsky ballet, where, you know, you're dancing as a swan and just sort of collapsing and dying gracefully. So you say it's difficult, but it's not difficult if you fill the song with emotion.
I didn't say it was difficult.
You did. You said it was one of the harder songs to sing.
Yeah, I did.
It's not hard to sing if you're infusing it with the emotion that meets the pitch. The pitch is giving us the emotional equivalent of
where you have to be.
Yeah, the music is expressing the story. So as long as you're living that story as you perform it, as she's performing it, she has no trouble reaching that.
Yeah,
she knows exactly how she wants to say that. I didn't hear it as difficult to sing because I'm hearing her so involved in what she's saying.
I'm just saying it's the highest I've heard her in chest, you know, because the first time she sang it, I think she said, "And he cried." In the softness, but then the second time it came around, which makes me feel it's intention versus impact, because the second time she's saying the same lines, but there's a bit of grit to it, and that she's chesting all these notes. She says, "And he cries," and I thought, we have one more song, it seems. Oh. What do you think the last one's gonna be? I hope the seed.
White Christmas.
Even some of the trees are on her side.
Ooh, I don't know this one. I like this.
Life on Mars. It's not mine, but I wish it was. Nice that she didn't start with her own song and she ends on someone else's song.
It's a god of the small affair to the girl with the mousy hair. Now she walks through a sunken dream to the seed with the clearest hue, mice with a million horns, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads, rule Britannia is out of bounds. To my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a saddening bore, 'cause I read it 10 times so more. It's about to be written again, as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show.
I love that.
Take a look at the lawman beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know.
That guy was feeling hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the best-selling show. Is there a life on Mars? Is there a life on Mars?
Will she speak? Will she speak?
Huh?
Will she speak?
Oh, I hope so. She has to like every way, all 4 ways. No standing ovation.
Oh, that's good.
It's an American thing.
Not necessarily, but it's not as common elsewhere. Every culture manages applause a little differently.
I always thought it was so funny if aliens watched us, they'd be like, are they hitting their own bodies together to produce sound?
Interesting choice to use a David Bowie song as closing for her concert. She opened with Nature Boy and closed with Life on Mars.
Is he also the one who wrote? Oh, no, that was Holiday.
Oh, very different. No, this is David Bowie was a rock star in the.
But the
late
person who
60s.
wrote the first song was Billie Holiday.
No, I mentioned Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole.
Yeah, we were talking about Billie Holiday earlier today.
Oh. I could tell that this is a song she didn't write.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
There was pearls, but the whole thing wasn't
as organic.
Yeah. And you can tell that she was saying someone else's words.
Mm-hmm. Although they matched rather well to
sure.
how she fashions a phrase in her lyrics.
And I almost felt that if this were an Aurora song, and this is something that you might agree with, those of you who are watching, is I thought if this were an Aurora song, she would have left out that last Life on Mars. Is there life on Mars? Because the first one ended and didn't resolve the song. It kind of kept it ringing in your ear, and that's how I thought she was gonna leave it, and then she came back. Is there life on Mars? And resolved it with the music. Versus the first time, it was, if you want to go back and listen to it, it was unresolved, and it was still ringing in my ear. And I said, please end it like this. Please end the concert with this question. But it's not her original song, so it resolved and came back down.
I have less to say about the song itself than just about the entire concert.
Sure.
It's a Christmastime concert. We've mentioned this a few times, and it just keeps on coming back to me that she's choosing music that's very introspective, and it's really healing. The entire concert was probably very calming for people, and if you were sad, then it helped heal that or soothe that in some ways. You know, winter's a time of darkness and cold, and
especially up there,
and in Scandinavia. I'm just going to say, up there, you know, light you have very little light during the winter.
Vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah. Watching somebody so expressive, so deeply in the meaning of what she's performing. I know I'm stumbling over my words, but
it's okay.
But that's just it. She's giving us the vocabulary, the mood. She's giving us a pathway into healing, and that's what I think this entire concert was about. She's
the navigator. She's the captain, and we're all on the ship.
Yeah, we're on the ship.
But she doesn't.
Ourselves.
Sure, but she's not sure, but sure, and she's not in our face that she's the captain. She wants to be a passenger with us. In general, the concert, I want to give a huge praise to, of course, Aurora, the people who, don't really get the attention, all the editors, all the technicians, all the musicians, all the lighting specialists, the background singer, that woman. I know everyone's said her name several times, and I'm sorry I'm not internalizing it yet. But I want to hear her music.
Yeah.
As well. I have this thought in my head, and I've discussed it. I don't know if I've ever really shared it with you, that I wonder if some people's voices are built to be harmony voices, and some people's voices are better fitted for melody voices.
You mentioned that, yeah.
And hers is such a beautiful harmony voice.
And the drummer, too. He's providing the rhythms and
he was in it.
He's always in it. He was in the last concert, too. I guess she has the same...
I meant he was in it, like he was feeling it.
I know that, but I'm just saying he was in it, but he was also in the Hype concert, too, I remember. So I've seen him a few times in different videos.
We're getting familiar with the Aurora Band.
You need to get more familiar with their names.
Speaking of the Aurora Band, they also did Ariana's God is a Woman, which has been very highly requested.
I haven't seen it yet, yeah.
So, big fan of this concert.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of blue, so this just has made me feel really happy this whole time, and all the blues, and the lighting was so nice, and the fact that the murder song kind of sticks out, and that it was the red lighting is very great. And the tone of the night was cathartically uplifting.
Yes.
You had those moments of tears. If I had one wish, I mean, she's out of respect, I'm assuming, starting and ending on other people's work. I would have wished if we ended on an Aurora song, just because I want to go home with that. But what did you think? In psychology, there's the primacy and recency effect. The first song was not hers, and the last song is not hers, and I'm trying to remember all the juice that was in the middle.
When I program a concert, I usually put something that requires a lot of attention, like Life on Mars would require, as what I call the 11 o'clock number. If the concert goes till 12, the 11 o'clock number is the penultimate. And so that has a particular place in the concert and a function in the concert. And then it ends with something usually a little lighter.
I also wonder how much of this she must be, if she ever watches these videos. Hi, Aurora. It's also, she's probably like, no, I didn't plan any of that. No, I just picked it. And we're like, what does it mean? What is the deeper meaning of this? And she's like, no, it's just, I liked it.
I imagine there's a team and there's a lot of negotiation going on, a lot of decisions that are being made, and some of them are artistic purely by Aurora, and others are probably recommended by, somebody helping out.
So thank you so much for this wonderful experience, Aurora. Thank you, Aurora fans, and those of you who are new here. Thank you to our followers and our community.
All the suggestions.
Yeah, and please put your comments and your thoughts about this concert and about other things you'd like us to react to, Aurora or otherwise. Check out our other videos on our channels, and until next time... And as always, be safe, be strong, be swagged. God bless you, and we will see you in the next video.
And good health to you and yours. Stay safe during this time, and keep music in your hearts.
Bye!